can see it, but it's snowing. This one is really rusty and I've got cramps in my arms now. Morning guys, back up at the garage today, working on the E36. Haven't got much time at all today, but I used a couple of hours to, I think what I'm going to do is work on the rear bumper, because it's got two brackets which fit to the car, and one of them is really rusty, but the other one's sort of okay. So I'll start on the really rusty one today, try and get it off, clean it up, and if we can get a coat of paint on it, that would be fantastic, because it's a small job done. And you can see what I'm talking about. I've just rubbed it down a little bit with a wire brush, but this one is really rusty, whereas this one isn't quite so bad at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the opportunity when I can get these out to give this valance a bit of a clean, and then crack on with tidying these up. Okay, so to give you an idea how this works, I did get these moving, but they just spun, sorry, in the brackets. So that means obviously there's a bolt head on the other side of this, or at least I'm hoping. This one did the same thing as well. So what that means is we have to take this bracket, or separate this bracket from the bumper valance itself. So to do that, there are maybe 20 of these little chaps here. They're little grommet fittings which have a little pin in them, and when they're pushed through they look like that. So what I did to get those out, get a hammer and a little fitting like that on the end of a screwdriver and just tap them through. And that's the best way, because if you start prattling about on the other side trying to like pry them up, that's not going to work. So I'm going to pull these out carefully with some pliers and split this from the valance. Okay, so just so you know, you have to remove all of the trim here to access the last two clips here. So took off both of these. You have to be a bit careful doing this. Use a panel remover, because the hooks are well hooked. So if you just wrench them out, they'll snap. They're quite flexible, given that this is 30 years old, none of them broke, so I'm pretty pleased with that. But also by removing all of this, it gives me a chance to clean up the entire rear bumper. So I just thought I'd show you how this comes apart. I don't know if you can see that, but I also took the heat shield off this side, which gives me a chance to clean behind, clean also the heat shield, but also repair it, which is what I've been doing on this car. So let me see how this comes out. Little catches here. Okay, so well, pretty simply by all accounts, as with anything BMW, this thing is just incredibly solidly made. It's just unbelievable how much effort and how many parts they put into, well, every car. So very impressive. And after 30 years, you know, all these little catches and grommet screws, and they all work. It's amazing. So very impressive. Get yourself a E36 BMW if you want a solid car. Okay, so there's our answer. You have to take it all apart to get to these hex bolts on the back here. Okay, so once you've made access, it's absolutely fine, and those bolts came apart pretty easily, and there they are. So they are, let me tell you, the T40 Torx. So I got those cleaned up and painted. I'm probably going to slap another coat on there because it's not really that solid. I've just put the bumper out here now. I'm going to clean that up, and I've also given this strengthening bar a clean up too. Right, so I've got that bumper pretty clean. It was actually pretty dirty. I did both sides, got a load of grit and stuff out of here. And what else have I done? Well, that's it. You've seen the other stuff. Just waiting for those to dry so I can give them another coat. Okay guys, so I've tied it up and I'm heading home now. But I just wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see it, but it's snowing. So we had a bit of snow yesterday and it started to settle, but it's actually quite cold now, about 0 degrees. So this will probably be the first of the snow for the winter. Okay, morning guys. Freezing today, below freezing actually. Back up at the BMW, we've got snow, and I'm going to check how cold it is in the garage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close up the roller shutter today and get the heaters on. Okay, so the job for today is to get the handbrake cables back in, and then I'm going to put the fuel tank back in. Yeah, I'd like to get that back into the car because A, it's taking a lot of space and there's no reason why it needs to be out anymore really. I've refurbished all of this area here and done the brake lines, coated them in wax. So we are basically ready to go. So I was just checking out whether these handbrake cables cross over behind the drive shaft and go in, like the right hand side goes into the left hand hole, which it doesn't, but importantly they go in after the fuel tank because there are clips in the bottom of the fuel tank which they go into. So just as well I didn't install those now because obviously I'd have to have taken them all back out again. Say that was a faff getting that fuel tank back in is an understatement. It is so tight in there to get the return lines on and the overflow pipe connected. I dare say the way they do it is they connect all the pipe work, feed up this pipe work here through the car when it's all connected to the tank, because it is so tight up there and I've got cramps in my arms now trying to get those pipes connected, but they are connected. You can't see anything because it's so tight. And now I've got some bungee cords holding it up. I've taken away the stand over there. And what I want to do now is I want to go in through the top to make sure I can make the last connections while it's sort of suspended. Making good progress now. So made all the connections under here, pushed all the fittings into place. Just for reference for other people. Connections here, connections here. I might put a different connection on there, that's not that tight. But obviously, same on the other side. And I'm going to tighten up the rings later on once I've got them all secured. So fittings are all in, connections in place. Right, so I've got to go now, but just wanted to give you a quick update how it's looking under here. I'm pretty pleased with today's achievements. It was a real faff getting the fuel tank in. Yeah, I don't know what to recommend really, other than just take your time. Maybe there's another way of doing it, I don't know. But I've got the straps in, I've got the drive shaft in. Drive shaft's not tightened up yet, but I've got the support bracket in there, torqued up, and I've got the bearing in there, torqued up as well. The only thing that's not fitting quite properly is the fuel line, and it's not going into its little clip there, but I'll have to do that from the other side. It's not focusing. And then I can put the heat shields back in, which are over there. And I've also put in these clips back on here. So just sort of starting to put stuff together, which is really important because it's the end of November and time is running out. So I think next time I'll connect the handbrake cables on the inside because I've pushed those through. Let me just show you. They go in there and clip. Oh. Cool, bloody hell. Yeah. Clip in there like that. And I put a little bit of copper grease just on the ends of those cables where they touch the body there, just to create a little bit of a watertight seal just in case. But otherwise, pleased with that, and I will see you next time.